Hello, first graders. Welcome to a new social study lesson. Please get our community and beyond book ready and let's start. We are on page 98. This is the second part of lesson 3, 98 and 99. All right, we're still talking about producers, sellers, and buyers. Previously, we learned that over here, producer, when you make or grow good or serve or provide service that make you producer. And when you sell good or service, that's a seller. And a buyer who pays the money and buys the good or the service. Today, you will be learning about working together, how producers, sellers, and buyers all work together to meet people's needs and wants. So we have reading skill here. After we're reading this part, we need to answer cause and effect. All right, so let's start working together. Page 98. Producers, sellers, and buyers all work together to meet people's needs and wants. Producers make or grow goods to sell to the buyers. Then they use the money they earn to buy more goods or service. So we have here 4 pictures are not in order. So we need to label each photo with a number 1, 2, 3, or 4 to show the correct order. Now we're looking about producer and seller that they are and buyer that are work together. So producers make or grow goods to sell it to the buyer. And then they use the money they earn to buy more goods or more service. So now let's see. I see a lady buying from the grocery store, and I see a farmer holding his goods or products. I see a truck probably shipping the products from the farmer to the supermarket or the dairy or the factory. And then I see that person who provides service who arranged the fruits in the supermarket. So what do you think will come first? If we're talking about apple. So first, the farmer. Yes, so that would be number 1. Okay, so that would be number 1 here. So that's first, the farmer have the product in his hand, or he has the fruits or the vegetables. Then, very good. This fruits or vegetable B will be shipped from the farmer or from the farm or the field to the supermarket or the storage. So that would be 2. And then it will be displayed in a supermarket, arranged nicely by a person who works in a supermarket. So that would be 3. And then that's us, the buyers, who goes and buy the apples and pay for it. That's going to be number 4. So producer, service, and seller and buyer. So this is producing goods. This is producing service and goods. And here the buyers buying the products. All right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see here the cause and effect. Fill in the missing text below by answering the question, how do buyers help producers? How do buyers help the producers? Okay. The cause, producer have goods to sell. Like over here, the farmer, right? He had the apple. So what will happen when the producers give goods or have goods to sell? What's the effect would be? The buyers will buy the products and then they will earn more money to buy more goods and more service. So we're going to say when the producer have goods to sell, the buyers will have products to buy. Now let's see, let's write it down here. Okay, so when producers have goods to sell, the buyers will buy the goods, right? Okay, that's clear. Let's go for next page. All right, page 99. Draw an example of a producer, a seller, or a buyer. Explain what your image shows on the lines. So you can draw producer, so a farmer or someone, make something, or a seller, like the previous lesson when we saw the boy over here. So this is the seller, or the buyers. So someone is buying something and showing the money and the cash to pay for it. So whatever you're gonna draw either the producer, the seller, or the buyer, and then you're gonna write what did you draw. You draw the buyers, or you draw producers, or you draw the seller that someone sells in a store like toy store or supermarket. All right. Look at this picture now. As we see, the boy eating an apple. So what do you think? Is this boy a producer? He's producing apple. He's in a supermarket, as you can tell. Or he's a seller. He's selling apples. Or he's a buyer that he bought the apple. Very good. If your choice is a buyer, yes, he is the buyer. So let's write down. This boy is the buyer. Okay. Because he's not producing the apple, he's not on a farm, he's not selling it, he's eating it. So he bought it and paid for it and he's eating it. All right. Let's go for the next part. Essential question: why do we need producers, sellers, and buyers? What do you think we need producers, sellers, and buyers? We need producer to make products that a seller will sell and the buyer will buy the service and the goods. So that's why we need them, because the producer will make the service or grow the food or make the good, and then the sales or the stores will be selling it, and that's how the buyers will get what they need. So we need to write this down. Okay, so why do we need producers, sellers, and buyers? Because producers will provide the goods or the service that the sellers will sell it to people. The producer will provide the goods or the service that the sellers will sell to the people. Okay. All right, so why do we need producers, sellers, and buyers? Because we need producer to provide the service, for the sellers to sell it, and for the buyers or the people to buy it. And we said this boy, he's a buyer. Over here, you're gonna draw an example of a producer or a seller or a buyer. So you could draw yourself with a bike, buying a bicycle and paying the money, or buying a book, or producer or a seller that someone in a shop sells something. And then you're gonna write down what did you put? Did you put the producer or the sellers or the buyers? And over here, we talked about producers, sellers, and buyers work together to meet people's needs and wants. Because when the producer, let's say, make new iPad, and then they give it to the shops to sell, that's for the sellers, and the buyers will go and buy it because they need the iPad to use it to do their work. So we said that would be first a producer, and then this would be second. So this is the fruits that it goes to be shipped by the trucks, and it goes to the supermarkets to be arranged and displayed nicely for the buyers to use and pay for it and take it. All right, so that was it for today, first graders. Thank you. Bye-bye.